I think a lot of people get into this habit of thinking like once they do something, nobody's ever gonna know. Especially in attics, above ceilings, people just do some of the craziest shit you ever see because they think no one's ever gonna see it. And homie, I'm here to tell you, there's always gonna be people that are gonna come behind you and see your shit. Always, constantly. So what is craftsmanship? It's really the quality of work that you do. It comes from, like, I don't know, being passionate about what you do, giving a shit about what you do, and trying to do it well. A lot of people get into the habit of getting into a job, and they're in a job that they hate, and so they just show up every day and they barely do what they need to do. They're just trying to do what they can do to get a paycheck and go home. And I get it. That's, I think, like the majority of people working these days. But when you find something that you really like doing, craftsmanship is getting interested in it and trying to do your best work every day and put your stamp on whatever you're doing. And it's something that's like a quality that you have to hone over years and years of banging on your craft and of doing something. You aren't just a craftsman because you give a shit. You're a craftsman because you've taken years to really hone your give a shit and your skill. You put your all into everything that you do. You try to make everything you do purposeful and look really good, and you know, like, don't leave out details. It's kind of like, I guess, like being a samurai. So like samurais, the one part about their life that I've always found amazing is everything that they do and every minute throughout their entire life is purposeful. So like when they set something down, there's a specific purpose in how they do it. When they enter a room, when they talk to somebody, every single thing they do has a purpose and has a reason for it. Now, I'm not saying get all crazy and frou-frou about everything that you're doing in your life unless you want to do that. But I'm saying, like, when you're at work, when you're doing something, think about how you're doing it. Think about why you're doing it this way. If you just kind of find yourself in habits of doing things the same way all the time and you don't really question, well, why do I do it this way? Is there a better way to do it? Or watching other people around you and being like, whoa, they do that really, really well, and that way makes way more sense than the way that I do it. Maybe try to copy and take a little bit of what they're doing, but it's a honing of your craft, and it's basically always trying to improve your skill level and taking your skills seriously. Special shout out to Rogers. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support what I do. If any of y'all are interested in learning a little bit about Rogers, I talk about them all the time. But it's kind of cool that a company as large as they are recognizes that they need continued training. And so what we do is develop specialized training specifically for their company. Because every company is different. Every company has, you know, like some people do specifically residential construction for large scale custom homes. You know, some people do like retail interior work. Some people only do parking lot lighting and bucket truck work. Like, there's so much like exclusive work that people do. So Rogers has realized that for them to grow and keep growing, you know, and minimize the growing pains a bit, that they need specialized training, and their guys need certain things for certain jobs and certain skills. So one of the things I've been doing with them is kind of building custom tailored content for them. Some of the stuff y'all don't ever see. A lot of it you do. But it's really cool that they are forward thinking enough to like reach out to somebody like me and like say, hey, let's build some stuff together. Let's put some content together for our guys. We'll help you, you help us. So again, just thank you, Rogers. Really appreciate it. If you guys are at all curious, Rogers is like always hiring. So if you go click the link below, you can find out a little bit more about them and see if they're hiring near you. So in the NEC in 110.12, they actually touch on this a little bit. Under mechanical execution of work, it talks about installing electrical equipment in a neat and workmanlike manner. Now, craftsmanship and workmanship kind of seem like the same thing. They're not exactly the same. A workman is somebody that has a skill in a particular craft or a particular area. So as an electrician, you're a workman. You know, we're labor that is skilled in a particular area with a particular set of tools. But being a craftsman is kind of going above and beyond that. Again, the code book is the minimums, and you hear me say that all the time. So like just doing what you need to do and taking your skill seriously is one thing, but trying to really excel at it and get better at it and push the boundaries of it and make sure that when you do something and walk away from it, people come behind you and they're like, holy shit, dude, you're a great electrician, or like that work looks really well, or, you know, really, really good. Everything's done to code, you know, like taking pride in what you do rather than just trying to hurry up and ram shit together and get the job done so I can get a paycheck. Like, that's not craftsmanship, and that's not a workmanlike manner. That's just somebody that's a laborer that doesn't give a fuck, that's trying to do the minimum that they can to get money. And it's hard to respect that. You know, I understand it. Again, I understand being in a job that you don't really care. You just want to go home at the end of the day and get a paycheck. But to me, it's so much more respectable to see somebody that is a craftsman, that thinks about everything that they do, that has a purpose behind what they do, because they really love doing what they are doing and they're trying to get better constantly. And I think that we need more of that in the trades in general, in all jobs in general, but I think that we really need it in this trade. I think we need more people that really just give a fuck. So what does this mean for the electrical trade? Everybody is guilty of kind of half-assing stuff from time to time. There's certain jobs that like you have to rush through, and it's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do this because this gets the job done. This gets people off my ass and I can walk away from this job. But the less that you do that, the better. This is stuff like not strapping something because you know somebody's not gonna see it. Like having integrity is maybe another way to look at this. Integrity is basically doing the right thing even when nobody else is looking. Like, you know, sure, nobody's ever gonna see this, so fuck it, I'm not gonna put any straps on it. Or you could say, nobody's ever gonna see this, but I'm gonna know about it. And I want my quality always to stand as a bar for everything that I touch and everything that I do. So putting a damn strap on it, you know, like looking up when you don't know how something should be strapped, grabbing your code book, taking, you know, the 5 minutes out to go through everything and figure out how this is supposed to be done right, rather than just cramming a whole bunch of conductors into a piece of conduit. Looking up in the code, doing a calculation, figuring out how many conductors am I supposed to do this per code. I think a lot of people get into this habit of thinking like once they do something, nobody's ever gonna know. Especially in attics, above ceilings, people just do some of the craziest shit you ever see because they think no one's ever gonna see it. And homie, I'm here to tell you, there's always gonna be people that are gonna come behind you and see your shit. Always, constantly. I guarantee if it's in a house, if it's in a commercial building, in a big industrial concrete plant, somebody else is gonna come behind and be like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Like, who did that? That's terrible. Hey, who was the last electrical company that came out here? And they're gonna say, oh, blah, blah, blah company. Are you for real? Like, that's the quality that this company does? Yeah, this guy, Jim, was out here. He was the electrician on it, and he seemed like he knew what he was doing. Dude, that is bullshit right there. People are going to come behind you because places are constantly being remodeled, constantly being changed. Things go wrong. Equipment gets changed out. So if you don't care that people come behind you to see your work, then, dude, maybe you're just in the wrong thing and you haven't found what your thing is that you're like really pumped up to do good work for. But I challenge all of you to give a fuck. Like, start caring a lot about what you're doing. Start digging and researching and trying to figure out what the materials are that we work with, how things are supposed to fit together. Don't just get into these habits because someone told you to do something a long time ago and that's just the way you do it. Like, start asking questions. Am I doing shit right? Am I proud of what I just did when I walk away from it? Or do I think, fuck, maybe there might have been a code I think I heard about where I was supposed to put ground screws in every one of these metal boxes, and I know in the back of my head that's probably the way it is, but I also don't think anybody around really gives a shit, so I'm just gonna not do it. That's not craftsmanship. That's not giving a fuck. That's what that is. That's you being lazy and not caring about what you're doing. Instead, grab your code book, look it up. Okay, this is a metal box. All metal boxes need to be bonded. They're part of the equipment grounding, ground fault path of this electrical circuit. And I need to bond things. I need to ground things. Did I tighten all my couplings and connectors? Did I put enough straps on this? Did I put the right conductors in? Did I size things right for this motor? Like, caring about what you do makes a huge difference. And everyone else that comes around behind you or that knows the quality of work you do already knows where you're at in this whole conversation. They know if you're a craftsman or they know if you're just a laborer. So if you don't care, you don't care. But if you do care, try. Just try. Every day, put a little bit more of yourself into giving a shit about what you do. Take the time, read some magazines, go to some websites, have some conversations with other electricians, ask questions. Like, take what you're doing seriously. This shit is dangerous. What we do has real liabilities. It has liabilities for burning buildings down, for destroying, you know, I don't know, like a $500,000 CNC machine, or for killing a child that's swimming in a pool because you didn't fucking take the time to go through code and figure out how to ground that pool properly. For your buddies that you're not paying attention to how they're working and they're doing something wrong and they end up fucking getting killed. There's just like, there's such a high reason and need to care about what you do and do what you do well in the electrical trade that doesn't exist in a lot of other trades. So please, my dudes, give a shit. Be a craftsman, hone your craft, give a shit about what you do, try to do your best work every single day, and always get better. You're gonna be doing this at 20 years and you're still gonna have gaps in things and you're still gonna not know things and you're still gonna not have come across things, but if you're always trying, if you're always giving a shit every single day, you're going to do so much better and you're gonna get so much further, and you're going to turn around and look at everything that you've done in the past couple of decades and be like, I did it right. You know, I've been trying. I've at least been trying to do it right. And that's really all that matters. So I love you crazy people. Enough yelling at you. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for giving a shit about all these videos. If you really like what you're seeing, please subscribe. It helps me out. And also hit that little notification bell. Lets you know every time I come out with a new video. I mean, they're out every Monday and Wednesday, and there might be more. Sometimes I throw a little bit of secret sauce out there to see if anybody's paying attention. But if you hit that thing, you get notified. Also, please join my Discord server. This thing is growing and growing, and there's a bunch of people in there talking about electrical stuff, asking questions. There's some people that know more, that are like love teaching and sharing what they're doing. So if you're at all interested, my whole Facebook group, Electrician U Facebook group, I'm trying to get as many of them people in there as well, just more students and teachers. But the Discord server is really badass because it's like real-time forum kind of thing. And Discord, for those of you that don't use it and know what it is, it's just another social media app, but it's a new one. And it's basically like taking text messaging, taking a forum, taking Instagram, Facebook, smashing all of that shit together and putting it in one app, and having everybody in the community be able to interact in real time. You share videos, share pictures. I talk about the next episodes that I'm doing that are coming up. I share pictures of new tools that people fucking send me to do reviews on. So there's a lot of extra like tidbits and stuff in the Discord server that a lot of people don't get to see just in my regular videos. So anyways, that's it. I love you crazy people. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.